Hello, my dears. It is a shame that the game will automatically stop playing the music the moment I click off of it. How have y'all been? I am so excited to be able to get back into my streams. Last week was very unfortunate, but I keep seeing the login over here, and it makes me a little sad each time I see it. Wishing. Yeah. And all of my other, like. All of. Is that actually. Okay, it says it's installed. Can I not. Available. Okay, all of that. I guess technically I think it should be working. They were just... Oh, that's what... Okay. Oh. I forgot that that will not... And all of my achievements. Just a little sad. Although I am curious. Wow. Bloodied. Okay. Okay. So these are easy. Love persuasion. Okay. Oh, I was about to say pickpocket. When would I have pickpocketed someone? That's not something I do. I remember the last the last session's craziness and the Easter egg guy. And is that... Yep. Oh, hello, Raven Moon. Thank you so much for popping in. I was just looking over all the achievements that I have to redo everything because EA cut everything down. Hey, Raven. Aw, thank you, sweetheart. Oh yes, Friends of Red Jenny. Okay. So last time... Hey babe. I just got attacked by this lovely being. You don't know it yet, darling, but you are gonna be my husband. But yes, I just got jumped in a very poorly done assassination attempt. But I'll forgive my darling. Technically, he wasn't wanting to survive this, but we won't go there.
It is begun.
I'm trying to keep myself calm. Wait until you get to camp before you turn on the charm with him. Okay. Is there anything else? Oh, sorry, dead cow. So I don't want to miss anything. So unfortunately, once you leave a place like this, you can never go back and get the stuff. Okay. We can go forward. I don't even remember where we were trying to go before. Ah, were we going to the Dales? No, we weren't. Were we? What's going on? Okay. Ah, hello, Amanda. Thank you so much for popping in, my darling. I was just cooing over this darling right here. While I'm looking at it, he might actually benefit from something even better. Here, you can get that, honey. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep you nice and safe. A longsword and a dagger. Okay. Technically, that sword is a little better damage-wise. However, I do like the buffs this will give you. So, I'll give you that. Mixed metal rounds. Okay. Studded. Tier 4, tier 3. No, that's better for, any accessories? Nope. Alright. Now, are we actually... Wagon, and tree blocked. Alright. So... I see emissary, and there's an alpha right there. So... Oh! I need to also check and see what his... You lying liar that lies. I can lockpick things for you. Sure you can, darling. Nope. But what I wanted was tactics. That's the button. Custom. Dirty fighting. Deadly strike. So it's actually rather adorable that he is quite literally set to protect you. Isn't that just romantic? Although, please do be safe, honey. Don't worry, I'll keep you safe. Just stay behind me. Just get rid of these annoying little things right here. Maybe throw a little fireball at these back there. The only mages allowed around here are myself. Alright. Hey, you stay off him. There we go. He's coming right to attack me. Oh, I need to actually pay attention to my health. Getting too distracted with Zevran. Alistair's getting close. Let's do that. Alright. What's this?
Okay.
Alright. That is something I do need to be mindful of. I tend to get a little distracted with everyone else that I forget to pay attention to my own health. But thankfully, I am coming up to the skill specialization that I want to take.
It shall be done.
And once I get that, things will be so much better. Poor cows. And poor people.
As you say.
Go. Elf fruit. Alright, and... Okay.
Very well.
So that was something where I was just trying to trigger him then let's go to the party.
Light, how will you end it?
We have to fight the archdemon.
Is that all? It is surrounded by an ocean of darkspawn. How will you reach it? If you reach it, how will you slay it? You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order.
What have you heard?
Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed.
I'm new to the Wardens.
Will you make that excuse to the Archdemon, or the victims it claims in the meantime?
Ah, Sten. But
What is your wish, Kadan?
you say all that, my dear, but you still call me Kadan.
Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
I went really back and forth on whether or not I should have said, I'm not here to impress you, but I will go and speak to, actually, Sten. The dog you never have to worry about. Morrigan. Whoa, why thank you, my dear. I do think I am doing quite well, considering. Warm, neutral. Alright, I'll speak to everyone first, and then I'll bring out the big guns with the gifts.
Something on your mind? Of course. Such as they are. About
Alright.
the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. Something on your mind?
Nope, apparently not. Hold off. Hold off.
I know that look. You have something on your mind, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Of course.
Are you feeling better about what happened with Marjolaine?
Yes, a little better. Time heals all wounds, so they say. Scars remain, but they are just colors in the painting that is my life, no?
They certainly can add complexity and beauty at the piece.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. I wish things had happened differently, but knowing her and knowing me, I don't think it could have. We had good times though, and I look back on those fondly. Whatever happened after will never change the truth of the past.
You know you can talk to me if you need to.
It's not so bad. Look, now I have new friends, a new family. In spite of it all, life is good.
Okay, Liliana.
I know that look. You have something on your mind, don't you?
It is a bit sad that they kind of just bounce you out after you're done.
Of course. Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
I think I've already spoken of all of these. Alright. Hello, Win.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Are you alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
There's still some life in those old bones, I bet.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
I'm sure you'll be kicking around for years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really
That's a little sad. Reminds me of some of the conversations I've had with a close family member.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
There was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
But it is this knowledge that drives you to be cautious.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
Well, Connor, we kind of helped. If one retains one humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
Of course, Win.
Irving told me about how you became a Grey Warden, and that unpleasant incident that occurred prior to your departure from the Circle.
You could say that. I still wish it hadn't turned out the way it did.
That's not something either of us can alter. So, it is best to put it behind you. But that aside, you're a Grey Warden now, and perhaps I presume too much by saying this, but the Circle is proud of you.
Well, I'm thinking I don't really care for the Circle because of the Chantry, but I'm grateful that I can put my gift to something good.
You are a true child of the Circle. Raw power tempered with learning, wisdom, and the desire to serve others. Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Fair? Yes. Very fair.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
I suppose it means that I've been chosen for something very important.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
I mean, I already know these things, but you mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men. And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I suppose that makes sense.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
Ah. See, my dear Amundal, this is what I mean when I constantly call you kingly. You're truly a king in my eyes. don't want power. I've never wanted it.
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Yes, my darling, Ami.
Is there something you need?
Why didn't you want to stay at this tower?
The Circle is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and he doesn't need me underfoot. For now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left things unfinished in Ostagar. There is so much left to do, and I would be part of it.
I really do like Wen. I really do feel like she's a reflection of whom I shall be as I get older. Except maybe a little less sanctimonious with some things, and maybe a little less judgmental about relationships. Just maybe. I'm glad for your company.
The Grey Wardens, all 2 of you, need all the help you can get. I will see this through to the bitter end, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the Circle.
I'm sure you will be able to return, if you so choose.
Perhaps.
Just a bit.
Is there something you need? I will answer to the best of my ability.
How did you become a mage? Technically you were born a mage, but you know what I mean.
People don't become mages.
Oh.
They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle.
I literally
was brought
just
there
said
by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
Nothing like church sanctified kidnapping. What about your family?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Was he seriously hurt?
I had singed his hair and eyebrows, but injured little other than his pride. Who knows what they would have done to me had he been more seriously hurt. Thankfully, all I had to endure was a few nights locked in a cold barn with a bowl of water and a crust of bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later.
That's terrible.
The barn kept me safe from the village children and the stones they would hurl at me. I was afraid, yes, but it could have been much worse. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
I mean, the barn might have protected you, but that doesn't change the fact that what happened to you is still terrible. Ah, poor Wynn. She's been in the Circle so long, the Chantry has truly bled into her mind fully. Part of me is thinking, little did he know it's just a prettied up prison, but that's a great story.
Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the Circle.
The Jedi got her too. It's been a while since I left the tower.
It has been almost a year, hasn't it? Do you miss the
Wow,
tower
it's been
at
that
all?
long? It's been my home for so long.
You can take a mage out of the circle, but you can't take the circle out of the mage. Or so Irving used to say. He was joking, but there is some truth to the statement. A mage never really leaves the circle, and for the rest of your life you will be seen as a circle mage.
I mean, none of these answers are properly correct. I would say I'm proud to be a mage, not necessarily of the circle. But I'm a Grey Warden now.
But you will always be a mage, especially in the eyes of others. You represent both mages and Grey Wardens, and your actions may reflect well or badly on both groups. Remember that.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, maybe this is just the way, since I've been raised, where I've been raised, I've always been kind of careful and selective with what I would say. So, whenever I say, I will try, thank you for the advice, in the end, no matter what, I always do what I believe to be right, without really caring what other people think. You feel you are the opposite. It is in part trying not to rock the boat, but at the same time, not saying something false. So this is a true statement. I do always try to reflect well on myself, and I do thank her for her thoughts and advice. But in the end, I will always do what I believe to be right, whether or not other people think that is correct or not.
Oh, but listen to me go on. You start a conversation, and I just run away with it, don't I?
I'm glad you take the time to counsel me.
I've been mentoring apprentices for so long, it's become something I do unconsciously. I don't know if I could stop even if I wanted to.
I do really like when she means well, and she's actually rather sweet. It's funny that she says that she doesn't think she can stop mentoring even if she tried, because I've noticed that that's kind of something that I do, except with like parenting or mothering. Although I have not been blessed with children myself, I have been in situations where I've been around children a lot and having to either babysit or in some ways even raise lots of different children. And it's kind of gotten to a point where I have to remember to kind of step back and watch my boundaries, because I do live with my sister right now, and she is a mother. She has children. And sometimes it's almost where she'll sometimes has to kind of remind me. Thankfully, not recently. It was more in the beginning. It's like, hey, I am the mom, which she is. I never thought I was going against or anything weird like that, but I always have to remember to really step back, and make sure to really defer to her with anything, even if I think I'm helping her. But any little kid I see, especially at the ER that I work, I have to remind myself, take a step back. You're not the parent. But I always get really motherly, real playful with little ones. Oh, There were such cute little kids this last week at the ER. They were little babies, about 1 year old, doing that adorable little thing where they try to wave, but they can't really do it, so they just open and close their hands at you. My little niece is at that point too now. It can be very hard. I had a rough time with that kind of thing when I was a teacher. I see a baby and I go, this is my baby now. It's a child. I care. But it's not, but children,
Is there
babies.
something you need?
Anything else?
I will answer to the best of my ability.
Oh, nope, that's it. Oh yes, let me see if there's
shall do
anything
it.
I can... I do not have enough of anything. Okay. Hello, Morgan.
I have a thought.
Oh, what's on your mind?
We have an opportunity that I believe we should take advantage of. To the point. My mother was once divested of a particular grimoire by a most annoying Templar hunter. It occurred long before I was born, but even today, Flemeth speaks of the loss with great rage. With the circle of magi in such disarray, it occurs to me that this might be the perfect time to recover the tome from their possession, for surely it eventually ended up in their hands.
What makes you think the mages still have this book?
Flemeth is a sorceress of legend, is she not? And her grimoire would be more than a mere curiosity to mages that daren't even glance towards the places my mother has walked for eons. No doubt 'tis considered something dangerous, perhaps best locked away somewhere dark, yes? And if not, then at least I know it does not exist. But there is no harm in looking, surely?
What do you want to do with this grimoire?
'Tis a book of spells, of the sort that Flemeth has dabbled with throughout her long life. Not the sort of thing that would benefit a mage such as yourself, perhaps, for you were taught a different path. I, however, was taught by my mother. I know a way around the wards my mother would have placed on such a tome. I know the language that she would have written it in. I would find such a tome most useful.
Useful in what way?
Useful in the way that it might increase my power. Useful in the way that I would become more useful to you. Does that not follow?
It does, but I can't click. Alright. Very well. If we go back to the tower, I'll look for it.
Good. I am most interested to see its contents, should it be located. The grimoire is leather-bound and adorned with the symbol of a leafless tree, should you come across it. If not, however, then I shall simply put it out of my mind.
Well, joke's on you.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Human?
Oh, she certainly was human. Once. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I heard little of it.
No doubt such a tale has mutated much over time and telling. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
That sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful. A fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Yes, I've heard of this.
The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conobar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conobar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conobar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
He sold his wife to another man.
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conobar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
But wasn't she now married to a wealthier man?
That was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth
Fair enough.
begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Which she never invaded, or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
An interesting story. Thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
I love her.
Nothing. I wish to know nothing more. I find myself a little envious, to tell the truth. But it matters not. Let us move on.
So, Morrigan, I do actually have something for you. Did I skip past it? Yes.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? When I spoke of it to you, I did not truly hope. This is a most fortuitous event. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
You're welcome.
I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, nope, this one. Aw, warm. Who leveled up? Ooh, I did. Okay. Maybe I'll just bump up just pure magic. And ooh, get into the spicy ones. Lizard. I do really like Blizzard. I like a lot of these too, though, but Blizzard. The potential to knock over an opponent or freeze them is really good. And very devastating, as you could imagine. Okay, let's pop back over here. Hello, Bodan. Hello, Sandal.
Enchantment?
Yes, please.
Enchantment!
So I both keep. Oh, I don't have any runes. My instinct was to just remove the rune that Alistair had to give it to Zevran. But no, I'll hold off. I'll be nice. I do have some things to sell.
There's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright. Ooh, not bad. Can sell these. Don't need that. Want that. There's so many bolts, but it's specifically bolts for crossbows, and I never use those. Guess we could just go ahead and sell them all. Diamond shield. And sell that because we got the better one. And sell one of these. Let me sell the spare things and then I'll go through and see what people can take. Greenstone and blank vellum. Think that is it. Ooh, I want those so bad. Okay. Alright, let's see. Anyone need any updating to your stuff? Oh, I should probably look at myself first. Charged mitts. Not bad. I do prefer electricity, and I use that more. But the 20 plus fire damage is really not bad. But I use electricity more, so I should hold off. Anything there? Okay. Wind doesn't have elemental spells like that. So I'll just bump up her gloves, and that should be it for her. Alright, Alistair. Yeah. You're not ever gonna use that, so I'll just take those away from you. That's not a bad weapon, but you do not have the strength for it. Red helmet. Tier 5. Yes, since it's still just a medium helmet. No. Okay, yes, these are good. Doesn't have the strength for that. Eamon shield versus a temple. Yes, much better. And I don't really want to put him in heavy armor, but the difference is really nice. I think maybe I'll look and see Sten, because I like putting him in heavy armor. He could take that. It's technically better than his, but don't tell him that. How about not taking her from you, but I'm giving you this one, And then your secondary weapon will still be a Sala. Okay, but now the heavy. Just a tier 2. Okay. Light, heavy, nope. Split mail, nope. Oh, massive boots. Okay. These are better. The tier 2 massive armor is still better for him. Although there's that fatigue. Nah, I'll be fine. And I could go back to Alistair. What about these boots? These boots are a little better for you. And... or actually, the fatigue? Actually, it might be better to keep the original boots because of the fatigue. The armor is only a little better, but the fatigue is notably bigger. Now this, both are notably better. 14 versus 5. But he keeps... I think I'll put him in that because he, being on the front lines, he gets hit a lot. So I need to pay close attention to his health. So having better armor would definitely help. Okay. Hey, handsome. Big armor for big defense. Yes, yes, very much so. It's a shame Marjolin's weapon can only go to Liliana, but it makes sense. But the sad thing is that she can't even equip it yet because of the dexterity. Oathkeeper and the Foxbow, and I'll give you some of these. No helmet. What about the gloves? Okay, his gloves are better. Split mail. No. He is nicely kitted out. Liliana. I know I tend to focus on bows with Liliana, but I wonder... No, I'll hold off for now. Nari, okay. Leather gloves, those are okay. Splint mail. Don't want to put her in that. Spend. Now, the thing is that Zebran, he needs a helmet and some accessories. So we'll look through the accessories of my buddies that I'm not using. Okay. Fire resistance. Maybe. No, he needs all the armor he can get. That's restricted to her. I wish I could give Wynn another ring, but we don't have another thing for her, so I'll just give Zebran these resistance stuff, just to make him a little safer. Now a hat. Mental resistance. That's too big for him. Alright, it seems like it's for him. There you go. I think that should be pretty good for... Actually, let me give her some gloves. She doesn't use... It's better armor, a little bit more fatigue, a lot more fire damage. Technically, Morrigan does have an electricity spell, so she could still make use of that. Even though I prefer electricity damage. And Liliana can't hold on to the bow anyway. Let me take her daggers actually and see if Zebran would be better with one of them. Better critical and backstab. This has better stats overall. And the enchanted dagger. Okay. So I will give these back to her. And now I can sell
Something you
all
need?
this.
I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
Yes, please.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would like to get rid of some of these things. Keeping a hold of that, though, because that's a flawless crystal. That's not going to be easy to find. Anything here? Okay, nope. Oh, would be so good! Okay. We'll keep a hold of that. Alright. Now. Hey. How you doing?
Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Why did you want to leave the crows exactly?
Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin after all is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
You didn't choose to join the crows?
To be truthful, I didn't even know the crows existed when I joined them. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end.
Aw.
The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
That sounds awful.
Oh, I don't know about that. The crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
I can understand that. So what is it you fancy exactly?
I fancy many things. I fancy things that are beautiful, things that are strong. I fancy things that are dangerous and exciting. Would you be offended if I said I fancied you?
Not at all.
This is good to know. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
A man with a 5-year plan. Love it. An entrepreneur. Yes, sir. I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Ooh, big approval. Yes, sir. You adore the elves. I definitely adore this one. Here to answer some questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Very well. What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is the desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
It doesn't take a special skill?
I don't know about that. It's simply a slightly different skill set from your average killer as I see it. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
Smart. That sounds like it could be useful, or you always use poison then?
I do. It is not something inherent in an assassin's skills, however, merely something complementary. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
By all means. Could you teach others to be an assassin?
Oh, I certainly could, but I won't. I swore to the crows that the things they taught me were to remain a secret. And while, yes, they are already angry at me, I'd rather not push things, you see.
Very well, I'll respect your word.
If you are truly insistent, well, let me think about it. The crows are already angry at me, yes? Who knows?
That's hilarious. I say, okay, I'll respect your boundaries. Oh, you know, actually, maybe I will tell you.
I've a question, if I may.
Oh? What is it?
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
I mean, you could go if you wanted.
Could I? And what if I didn't wish to leave?
Don't want to come on that strong. I could always use a friend.
Oh, not more than friends?
Oh, well then. I guess we'll just have to see, won't we?
Indeed we shall. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Care to answer some questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You're respected, you're feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
You've never killed an innocent?
Now there's an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent? But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens. It's unfortunate, but death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end.
That's a very practical attitude.
Death happens, as we like to say. And when I get paid for it, death happens more often. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed. The pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
I personally take no pleasure in killing.
It is not pleasure, per se. Nothing sexual. It is more a sense of satisfaction. A feeling of power. Does that make sense? No matter. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Why not? You can do whatever you like.
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them. All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
So tell me about your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children when I talk about the good old days?
I mean, you certainly talk like you've had adventures.
Falling down a flight of stairs is an adventure. Falling into someone's bed, also an adventure. I am assuming what you're looking for are professional anecdotes. Let's see, my second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
Meddling in politics, how?
How should I know? I got the impression it involved sex, but then I get that impression about most everything. Odd, really. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
And she didn't try to kill you?
Well, yes, twice, actually. Then she decided to try and use me instead. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
Were you upset?
At first, yes. Well, not upset. Surprised is really a better word. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The circle of Magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
These sorts of things happen often to you?
Like being spared by a benevolent mark who then helps me escape from the crows? Yes, it does seem to happen now and again, doesn't it? It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
Oh. So you never mix business with pleasure?
Well, there is you. But I'll point out that you did have to capture me and tie me up first. Every rule has its exception. Now that I've mentioned tying me up in that context, do we have extra rope about?
I love him so much. Nothing like those with hypersexuality as a trauma response.
Alright, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so. Again, well now, what might interest you, I wonder? Shall I describe the stages involved with Lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once.
If you'd like.
No, I'll not inflict that upon you just yet. Let's see, how about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Azrin. Did you hear of that down in these parts?
You killed a prince?
Me? Not personally, but I did take part in the attack. Prince Azrin was 4th in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocel from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Azrin once and for all. I was in one of those cells.
Is this sort of thing common in Antiva?
Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of commoners, after all, would you? And this means they get involved in politics quite often. This particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a crow on the throne, a commoner. But that's a whole different story. I played a very small part.
What did you do?
My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in the river and nearly drowned. I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. Made off with my boots. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history.
You're very lucky indeed.
It's true. I live a charmed life. One of the prostitutes that raised me was a fortune teller. Said I wouldn't die young. She was rather startled by that. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh?
Cute.
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so. Well, the only one that's really worth telling is the story of the mission right before I came to Ferelden. But no, I would rather not. I shouldn't have said anything.
Alright, I understand.
Thank you. Perhaps another day, huh?
Alright then, what about something personal?
Oh, this should be good. What would you like to discuss?
You must have quite a history.
This could be a sensitive topic, my dear lady. Are you sure you wish to voyage there?
I asked, didn't I?
As you wish. Let me start by saying that my history is varied, indeed. It has also not been restricted to women. Does that offend you?
Oh, of course not.
Perhaps. That is entirely up to you. I grew up amongst whores, my dear. Sex is best when done well, and truly, that is my only rule. Do I prefer women? Yes, I believe I do. But you must understand that a certain open-mindedness is sought by the crows in their recruits, for very good reasons.
What reasons are those?
I have had to do many things in my work as an assassin, some pleasant and many not so. The crows recruit elven assassins because we are considered beautiful by humans. I'm sure you can imagine the rest. I cannot change my past, obviously. I regret far more than the men and women I have been with. And if that is more than you can bear, well, then it is good we know now, yes?
You sound like you've been through a lot.
Ah, it's just old scars and nothing more which you see. Ignore them as I do, and perhaps they'll go away. Ah, enough talk of the past. It is what lies ahead that is important, no?
Alright. Now, the gifts that I've been building up. Oh gosh, what will she want? There's... Big. Gosh, what would she want? Actually, let me save before I start giving people gifts. She... Alistair... Well, I mean... This is easy. There you go, boy. What she want?
Oh, marvelous.
I mean, that was something she liked, but it wasn't too crazy. She... Would you want that?
Oh, marvelous. Most kind.
Alistair, let me give you this.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it in Redcliffe Castle, in the study.
Oh, the Jarl's study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Perhaps you mean more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left... Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Of course I remembered.
I don't know what to say. You're special to me too. Thank you again.
That wasn't a flirt, right? I don't feel like that was a flirt. Oh, no, not you. Oh.
Here, look at this. Do you know what this is?
No! That was a flirt!
I picked it in Lothering. I remember thinking, how could something so beautiful exist in a place with so much despair and ugliness? I probably should have left it alone, but I couldn't. The Darkspawn would come and their taint would just destroy it. So I've had it ever since.
That's a nice sentiment.
I thought that I might give it to you, actually. In a lot of ways, I think the same thing when I look at you.
Thank you, Alistair. That's a lovely thought.
I'm glad you like it. I was just thinking, here I am doing all this complaining, and you haven't exactly been having a good time of it yourself. You've had none of the good experience of being a Grey Warden since your joining. Not a word of thanks or congratulations. It's all been death and fighting and tragedy. I thought maybe I could say something. Tell you what a rare and wonderful thing you are to find amidst all this darkness.
That's very sweet, Alistair. But...
Well, you can't blame me for trying, can you? Just forget I said anything. We have better things to do right now, anyhow.
Oh, no. No. I made a mistake. Are you done with it now?
So, all this time we've spent together, you know, the tragedy, the brushes with death, the constant battles with the whole blight looming over us. Will you miss it once it's over?
There will always be more battles to fight somewhere.
But that doesn't mean we would necessarily be fighting them together. I know it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but I've come to care for you a great deal. I think maybe it's because we've gone through so much together. I don't know. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself?
Alan, we just had
Or
this
do you
talk.
think you might ever feel the same way about me?
I like you a lot as a friend. I don't...
Well, there's nothing more to discuss, is there? I'll just wander off and swallow my foot. Maybe both of them, excuse me.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, it's back to warm, I think.
Something on your mind?
Good. Let me just, 'cause... Oh, that's unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. Okay, let's... Yeah.
My mother's amulet.
In the castle.
And he must have...
You
found-
mean more to him?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Ho, ho, ho. See this gesture I'm making? Can you hear that?
Okay. Okay. Good. Let me just save again real quick. And...
Something on your mind?
Okay. Oh boy. Gentlemen. Let's see, what else? Is this the gift he would like or get offended by?
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Okay. Kind of a neutral. Okay. I don't... Would he want that?
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
No. Okay. When neutral, Alistair, back to warm. Didn't really care. Those. And wind. Don't really recall what she would want. Zebran. Let's see. Don't think any of these are things he would want. Except maybe some of the alcohol. Like the good alcohol. No, that's... Liliana, she's maxed out. Morrigan. I think she likes jewelry and the like. Here, want a pretty thing?
Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
Okay, I think...
A fine gift. You have my thanks. A fine gift.
Okay.
You have my thanks.
So she likes the necklaces. And who would want the rings? Here you go.
A fine gift. You have my thanks. A fine gift. You have my thanks.
You're most welcome. Let's save again. And who would want the little... Well, Liliana's maxed out. She wouldn't want...
Oh, marvelous.
Would she?
Oh, marvelous.
No, that's kind of a neutral response.
You have my thanks.
Oh, come now, Sten. Here you go.
Unexpected. Thank you.
You're welcome. Actually, let me reload. And just give him the painting, because I wonder if that would have just done it. Trying to use up as many gifts as possible.
Unexpected. Thank you.
Good. Okay. I mean, she liked that, but it wasn't a crazy raise. Unless it's just supposed to be like kind of a neutral gift for anyone.
Oh, marvelous. Oh, marvelous.
These are just kind of...
Oh, marvelous.
Oh, she really liked that. That's weird. Alright. Well, here you go, Win. Really?
A generous gift. Thank you ever so much.
Maybe it's because it's a book? Maybe that's why? What about this one?
A generous gift. Thank you ever so much.
Books. Got it. Alistair's all done. Zebran. Nothing really. Would you want a thing of wine?
You have excellent taste.
Okay, it's kind of a neutral. Oh, let me give. Here you go, boy. Sad thing is, gifts certainly take up space in your inventory. And I want to get rid of much of them as possible. Did she like the runestone, maybe?
Most kind.
What about this?
Most kind.
Neutral. Wine?
Oh, marvelous.
Oh, you like wine. Okay. Oop, wrong button. Maybe didn't expect that win. You'd like yourself a little bit of wine? Well then.
Oh, marvelous. Oh, marvelous.
Well, happy to get that out of my inventory. $56, warm, not bad. I don't think
Most kind.
neutral, okay.
Most kind.
Nothing. She didn't care. What about
Most kind.
neutral?
Most
Neutral.
kind. Most kind.
Neutral.
Most kind.
Neutral.
Most kind.
Doesn't care.
Most
Nothing.
kind. Most
Nothing.
kind. Most
Nothing.
kind. Most kind.
Okay. None of these. Okay. Alistair, is there anything else for you that I have? Carvings of Warhounds, did he?
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Neutral.
Is that for me?
Oh, you'd like that.
Really? Wow. I'm... Wow. Oh, thank you.
Neutral.
That's very nice. Is that for me?
Okay. He likes little knickknacks. Me too. Got it. Alright. Here you go.
Is that for me?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Wow. I'm... Wow.
And another one for you.
Is that for me? Really? Wow. I'm... Wow.
I wonder if he would like the little carved statuette too. Let me look and see. And those constitution buffs are really nice.
Is that for me?
Yep. But since he's already almost maxed out, I'm gonna back off on that just in case I need to raise up his approval a lot for whatever reason. Oh, interested? Okay. Would you want this?
How nice.
Neutral.
How nice.
Neutral.
How nice.
Mm-hmm. Neutral.
How nice.
Neutral.
How nice.
Neutral.
How nice.
Neutral.
How nice.
Just
How nice.
throwing everything at him.
How nice.
Okay, nope. Sev, Lily, Morrigan. I think I already went through all of her big ones. And Liliana's already maxed out simply because I did her quest already. Oh. So, let's speak.
Something on your mind?
Nope. Okay. Well then, now we can finally go. Everything's been caught up now. You,
Yes.
you, and you.
Yes.
And now we can finally... Okay, actually let's do these real quick. Alright, what do we got? Herlock, Herlock, Herlock. What about up here? Darkspawn Leader, where are you? Up there. This one. Haha. Hey, since they're all acting like mages, they will... Ah, got it. And that should keep them busy for a good bit of time. Zev, actually stay here. Let the blizzard do its duty. Jeez, Alistair. Can I... Don't focus on them. Focus on this one. Okay. Can you... Nope. Alright. Health kit, please. Oh, that leader is getting too close. Yep. Okay. Alright, he just got really hurt. Ah, scatter shot, darn. That's not gonna be good. Let's do that. When are she stunned as well? Okay, gonna hold off. There's nothing I can do. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Is it just... No, there's more than one. Okay. Sev, how are you doing? I need 3. Ah, man. Well... Raise. Oh. I was trying to go down. I pushed the wrong button. Whoops. Alright, let's try that again. Didn't happen. I have time magic.
Yes.
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 And let me actually change up. Use Zevran. Maybe I should focus on you actually being more an archer. Behavior. Let's do ranged for you. And where did... So these guys, I think I'll focus on them then because they will cause problems, but I will do that just to stop them. Lock. Alistair's already getting beaten up real bad. Stun. Okay. She's already done her healing already. Come on. There we go. Nothing like a volley of archers to really... Okay. Herlock. Okay, I can do this safely then. Where is... When Zevran... And hopefully that will buy us some time. When can you heal? Yes, heal up him, please. Quickly. Okay, never mind. Let's do 4. Jeez. There I go. Alright, so... if I can... So, there I am. There's Alistair. Can I... will this count as... healing the both of them? If I... do it... here? Okay, so it only did me, not everyone. Let's do group heal. Goodness, they're just... do you have... no. You should already have that. Okay. Broken bone. What does that? Dexterity? Don't care about that. Bump that up. Give me that. Herlock. Okay, that one's down. I am getting sniped. My gosh. Maybe... Alistair, there's Win. Alright. You gotta focus on these guys right here. I shall do it. Well. Take that. And that. Oh! She's alive! Okay. Not for long. No more health potions. And I cannot heal, so that's unfortunate. Yep. Well, at least we got them. Heal up him. And if I do a lyrium potion, I should be able to... yep. These punks. Okay. Took that one out, hurt that one. Let me focus on this one, actually. Okay, he's like essentially down. Okay. Well, there he goes. Come on, you can do this. Okay.
This injury isn't going to go away quickly.
Well, great job, everyone. You did wonderful. Let's just gather everything and act like this never happened. What? Is there... okay.
I shall do it.
At least these are just normal Herlocks. Where? Who's flanking us? Really? Don't get the trap.
Nice swing.
There we go. And if you could... Alistair, do not... not gonna let us know about the trap right there? Okay. Well, that was a poor showing. There we go.
I shall do it.
Let's see, did I get everything from everyone over here? I think we did.
Very well.
There you go. So I need to remember, I'm the one that has to give them this.
It shall be done.
Of course.
What do you got? Penalty to maximum health, that's not good for you. So let's do that. Crack skull, cunning, you need that. Cunning, you don't necessarily need that. We can hold off on that. Same with that. Really unfortunate that I keep forgetting rogues can use the poisons. I have to keep remembering that they can do that. So that would be very useful, very beneficial. Can I get the elf fruit? Yes. It's always something that I struggle to remember, is that there's more items I can use than just the... You should always have that going too. But then just the health potions. Oh.
I fell.
Are you alright?
For a moment there, I thought I thought it was all over.
You need rest, that's all.
I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Okay. Not concerning at all. Oh. Oh. Oh, gosh. Now, this is a hard fight. I do not want... I can... Oh no, he's doing fireball as well. So that refugee is down. Darn it. That emissary is gonna cause a lot of problems if we don't deal with him. Dang it, they interrupted me. Well, how are y'all doing? Try that again. Oh, there goes Alistair. Okay. Is able to do it. Heal up that refugee. What? Don't get close to the fight. Stay away. Having problems without me. Well, there goes that, madam. Because she walked right into the blizzard. So I don't feel bad about that, per se. Well, there goes that one. This one's still alive, surprisingly. That one's down. It's that emissary that's gonna give us a lot of problems. Okay. Miriam, please. And you I can do this without hitting bystanders. Okay. Oh, here comes a fireball. Oh no. Well. Cracked skull and broken bone. It's all good. It's all fine. Don't need those things. Gosh. Where is Zevran? Well and far away. Probably fine, however, let me try and get him actually in the fray. Can you... You in particular, can you in particular stop? Give you your own fireball, see how you feel about that. When there's he... How can I only do revival once? No, it just takes a long time. Okay, so... I need to stall. Run. Let's actually do this. Oh, there's a fireball. And she was affected by that too. At least... Come on, come on, come on. Nope, there I go. Okay. So, gotta remember, he can use these things. Lightning. Maybe... Let's do that one, actually. Gosh. Okay. Is that... Can you pocket sand him while she heals you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Group heal. Okay, good. And that did actually stun him, which is good. So... Let's try below the belt with him. Let's do some lyrium boost. He resisted that, okay. Really like Earthquake, however... With Zevran actually in close, that would do more harm than good. You back off just a little, just to get out of there. And let's do the venom. No, wait, that's a poison. That's not a throw. Actually, let's change. Carry this mode. Okay. Let's try that. And heal him. Gosh, that Genlock is annoying. Just go away. Emissary. Revivify takes so long to... Don't have any more. Can I make potions in the midst of battle? If I had flasks, I could. Okay. Sort her. Okay. Don't need that. Maybe. And then. Nope. Just shy. Alright. Well, then let's Earthquake. Oh, rude using Drain Life. It's this Genlock in particular causing problems. Come on, just fall over. Well. That might... Yep, that did it. Ah, darn it. Okay. Oh, this last save. Ah, dang it! All the way back here, I forgot to save after. Of course, there would be two rough battles, one right after the other. Okay. Since... Okay.
Yes.
Since apparently the next thing that's gonna pop up is Wynn's storyline thing, I'm just gonna pop over to the Briselian Hills, then just head over to the Dalish like I wanted, like it's in the title. Okay, you. What are you doing? This isn't what I wanted you to do, but okay. Let's just do this. Yes. Alright. Now they will... Oh, and this is before I put him over to focusing on long range. Dang it. Scattershot, scattershot. Darn. Can you draw their attention? I think they are ready. Ah, darn it. Well, there I go. Wynn, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be in this. Well... I've never had this much trouble with this game before, I swear. Alright, but while I'm remembering... Zevran... Your tactics... I would prefer you to be ranged. There we go. Now let's try this again.
Yes.
Yes.
The Briselian Forest, we're gonna get jumped for Wynn's thing. Okay. How about... Wynn, if you would be so kind as to cause an earthquake. And... I will throw a fireball at them. Or rather not, because it wants me to do weird movements. Alistair, Zevran, Herlock, Herlock, Herlock. What about fireball just right here? Can you do that? Yeah. Herlock, Herlock. Now, they are probably gonna... Yep, so if I do this... Alistair... It's just gonna hit all my buddies if I try to do that. Wynn is getting hurt, so back up there. Alistair is doing okay. Throw another fireball over here. Oh, there goes Alistair. So I guess I don't have to worry about not hitting him now. Okay. Herlock. That one's down. Good. Lyrium potion. Okay. And now I can do this. Okay, he was able to stun him right before he fell, which is good, so I'll be able to do this. Ooh. Closer, getting closer. And thankfully the Darkspawn leader's not smart, just standing in the midst of... Okay. Okay, she'll be able to do that in time. And the leader...
Time for a little bloodletting, I see.
Okay, there we go. Alright, Alistair. Oh, this one found us. Come on. There we go. Okay.
As you say.
There we go. A bit better of a showing. So that, all that, all that. There's a couple of guys back over there. Let's get this death root
As you
first.
say.
Okay, Alistair, what debuff do you have? Dexterity, you kind of need that, so we'll heal you. Win, you're supposed to have that. Although in your defense, I could set it up to where I could do custom tactics for you, but that's too much effort. Alright. Oh. There we go. Perfect. Oh, and there's another one up there. Counts as being blocked. That still counts as being blocked. Okay. All powerful magic, but able to be blocked by a little piece of a little piece of a hill. Oh wow. Nothing. Oh, elf root. Take this, please, as well. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Poultice. Money. Okay. Now, before we do anything else, I'm gonna save. Alright, now win, faint. Do your thing.
I fell.
You alright?
For a moment there, I thought I was...
You need rest. There we go. Hey!
Stop right there, outsider. The Dalish have camped in this spot. I suggest you go elsewhere, and quickly.
Actually, I've been looking for the Dalish.
I find that hard to believe. What business could we Dalish possibly have with a group like yours?
I'm a Grey Warden. I wish to speak to your leader.
A Grey Warden. How do I know you're telling the truth?
You'll have to take my word on it.
I suppose that a lie wouldn't gain you much benefit. I shall bring you to the Keeper. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
Of course.
I see we have guests. Who are these strangers, Nithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
This one claims to be a Grey Warden and wishes to speak with the clan. I thought it best to leave the decision to you.
That was wise of you. Masirinus, Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zafrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
My name is FaeNeth. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Manners. From a Shemlin. Interesting. What might be your mission here? Have you come to spread news of the Blight? I had already sensed the corruption spreading in the south. The existence of the Blight is not news to me. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
Sir?
The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us. And though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped. But we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
Is there no way to help your men?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
I'm good at non-trivial tasks.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
You said you could perhaps destroy the curse?
There is no guarantee that this will work, as I suspect. But it's the only hope we have left.
Have you considered seeking outside help?
From whom? The Children of the Stone? The Shemlin? Do you truly think they have time to spare for us?
The blight is real bad, I will admit. Then I'll find Witherfang for you.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
I do have some questions for you if you don't mind.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
Tell me more about this curse the hunters suffer from.
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
So if a werewolf bites me, then I will become infected?
It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be bitten.
So did all werewolves stem from Witherfang?
No. The ones from this forest, however, do.
How do you know if you've been infected by the curse?
You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal.
How did this curse start?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish.
Thank you.
Go on, then.
How would I find Witherfang?
Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest. I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Thank you, sir. Alright, Zatharin.
Andera Natishan, Grey Warden. My name is Lanaya. I am Zathrian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
Oh, of course.
I hear the human cities are very large, thousands upon thousands of souls all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
Yes, some are larger than the eye can see.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
It isn't an easy life for them, that's true.
I suppose you have met many of my kind in your travels. My heart goes out to them. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have a question, if it's not too impolite to ask. Do your people regret what they did to ours?
Some of us do.
I see. That is difficult for our people to accept. Even if only some were in favor of what was done to us, the rest did nothing to stop it. A poet once wrote of them, before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
Yes, please. What can you tell me more about yourself?
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
How did you come to the Dalish if you were so young?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
I'm sorry.
It was. Though long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
You said the Dalish rescued you from the bandits?
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, He fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
Didn't you have family you could have returned to?
It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with a man who rescued me. The clan is my family. Any others out there? It's best they believe that little girl died with her parents. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this, and the knowledge of a keeper as well. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road except pain, however.
How did you become a keeper?
I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. Though because I was not born into the clan, becoming his first was very difficult. We Dalish have old traditions. The clans come from the ranks of the nobility that once ruled the Dales, you see. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of Arlathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood.
You must be proud of your accomplishments.
I am. The ceremony where Zathrian anointed me as his first was the proudest day of my life. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future.
So, what does a keeper do exactly?
A keeper is, first and foremost, the leader of the clan. He decides where we go and when we shall move. He's also responsible for knowing the clan's ancient lore and passing it on to the others in the clan. Without a keeper, the clan's knowledge is lost forever, so the clan protects him like no other.
What can you tell me about Zathrian?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
Lost much? What has he lost?
He lost his family a very long time ago. I don't know the story, but I understand the circumstances were horrific.
I'm so sorry.
I'm hardly anyone special, I
nothing new
assure
from
you.
there.
I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've all... As you wish. Darth Shirel.
Okay. May save, please. Now, there is actually something
My mother was Dalish.
Oh.
They are a proud people. Those who refused to bow to defeat.
That's why I wait specifically to bring you amongst this. This is my favorite storyline anyway. And of course I would want to do it with my favorite companion. There is... Here they are.
There are places where those horns bring huge prices. Can cure diseases, so they say.
Back off, Alistair. Not.
Who comes?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach.
Who are you?
My name is Alora. I am the Master Herder in charge of caring for the Hala. Not as exciting as being a Grey Warden, but the Hala are vital to us.
You think being a Grey Warden is exciting?
Not as much as I assumed you thought my task boring in comparison. Am I wrong?
Working with animals would be quite rewarding.
You are kind to say so, but it is not quite on the same level as saving the lands from the spread of shadow, I am sure. In truth, my place as the Master Herder is a small one, but one I am quite satisfied with. Would that we could all find such peace with our lot in life.
So what is a Hala exactly?
They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel. What humans call landships. They are our companions and our guides.
You make them sound like friends.
That is exactly what they are, in fact. We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
Why have you separated this one from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery. For her sake, as well as that of the others.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful. No. No, I'm sorry. She isn't calming any more around you than she is for me. And? What do you think? I am glad you attempted it regardless. I will watch her for a while longer and see if her condition changes. I am grateful for your assistance, friend.
Okay. So... Okay. So I do not yet have the high enough survival skill. I can't recall if it's 2 or 3. I would hope that it's 2. But let me load just so that... Because sometimes there are weirdness with the quests. I don't want to accidentally lose that quest line. Okay. Nice. Under her? Okay. Goodness, Camilla! Now there is actually a very notable statue somewhere. Goodness, Carmilla, my little girl. Where is it? So the big 2
How
are...
do we move these things through the forest? Do the trees just get out of their way, or what?
Chest. Goodness, baby girl. Where is it? Oh, was it back over here, actually? I know there was this one. Okay. Where is it?
It shall be done.
It will be somewhere kind of more on the outskirts of everything. Goodness, little girl. So much to say, honey. Sit. Oh. Ooh, okay. Where is that statue? Is it... It's not here. So much to say while you're on your wheel, little girl. You sweet girl. Oh. Okay. Something. Okay. Nope. What about this side? No. Come on. Where? There it is. There he is. Finharel.
I shall do it.
The statue dedicated to the elven wolf god Finharel. Actually, let me see. Will it bring up? Oh, not what I wanted. Codex, please. There is precious little we know about Finharel, for they say he did not care for our people. Elgarnan and Mithal created the world as we know it, and Drill taught us the ways of the hunter. Selays and June gave us fire and crafting, but Finharel kept to himself and plotted the betrayal of all the gods. And after the destruction of Arlathan, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Finharel spent centuries in the far corners of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. The legends say that before the fall of Arlathan, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. There is not a Harin among us who remembers these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Gildaran and Dernithal and Anaris, for they are the forgotten ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In the ancient times, only Finharel could walk without fear among both of our gods and the forgotten ones. For although he is kin to the gods of the people, the forgotten ones knew of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Finharel tricked them. Our gods saw him as a brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods, if only the Forgotten Ones would return to the Abyss for a time. They trusted Finharel, and they were all of them betrayed. And Finharel sealed them away so they would never again walk among the people. From the tale of Finharel's triumph, as told by Gisharel, keeper of the Rafarin clan of the Dalish Elves. So... I can't even look at it again. So I think what it said in the little blip that popped up before it went away... Conversation history, okay. Aw, man. Okay. So, I think it said that they always place his statue far away from all the others and facing away from the camp, still placing the statue as a sign of respect for his deity nature, or deitic nature, but away from the camp so that he cannot find them. Ah, fun little things, huh? Oh, hey, baby.
It shall be done.
Okay. But... I know I spent a good bit of time just kind of messing around with my companions, but my stomach isn't doing too well today, so I do think I'll have to call it here for today, I'm afraid. This was a lot of fun though, and I may end up actually coming back after my reading stream on Monday to continue playing, because I just really want to play more of this game. And the Veilguard keeps coming up, and I still need to get through Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition. So, but for now, we'll call it there for today. I do thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a good rest of your days. But until next time we meet, my dears, ta-ta, and fare thee well. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you like what you saw here, I ask that you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and until we next meet, my dears, I do hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And until then, ta-ta, and farewell.